Greetings, beautiful ones. I come to you today to discuss a fairly new but not new topic to me. Um, I wanted to address the issue of sexual assault. Those of you who follow me know that I am a victim advocate for sexual assault survivors. And today, the reason I come before you is simply because I was recently in a training, and it is still surprising to me to find out how many people do not understand the process or the ramifications on the survivor that sexual assault can have. Now, I want it to be understood that sexual assault, believe it or not, can happen to anyone. And when I say anyone, I mean anyone. And brothers, that means you too. Men, um, you can be affected as well. One would be surprised if you're not privy to being connected with someone who's been affected by sexual assault. You will be truly surprised at the number of men who experience sexual assault in their lives. Now, going back to the reason why I'm here today discussing this topic, I wonder sometimes, do people really know what sexual assault is? First of all, it's a crime. Simply put, it is a crime. It is not something that we should take lightly. It is not something that we should deem as a joke or something funny, or he or she was too drunk, or they shouldn't have been there, they shouldn't have been wearing that. We need to figure out a way to get past all the stigma that is attached to sexual assault, and we need to get past thinking that we have to do most of our work with the survivor. Now, I say that because in this society, we have forgotten that the person who commits this crime is the bad guy, simply put. So, for me, it is important that it is understood, or somehow the information is put out to society, that we need to get to the point to where we are teaching our young women, we are teaching our young men that sexual assault is a crime. And no means no. And it does not matter what physical condition, what mental condition, whether a person is drugged, intoxicated, how they're dressed, any of that. None of that matters. You, as an individual, no one has the right to violate anyone's person. And if you do, then you are committing a crime and should be treated and handled accordingly. Now, for those of you who don't realize it, sexual assault can be violent, unexpected, traumatic, and sometimes life-threatening. An event like that, you can't do a paper cutter of how someone should respond, should react, any of that. Because the body knows, the mind knows, it can pick up on what is necessary for survival. So that is what a person who is being um, sexually assaulted, that is the first thing that actually comes to mind outside of, you know, why the heck this is happening to me, for a lack of a better word. Or I could choose a better word, but I won't. So they're trying to figure out why this is happening to them. And then the next thing is survival. How am I going to survive this event, this thing that is happening right now? So, for those of you out there who have not experienced sexual assault, or you have not had anyone close to you experience sexual assault, count yourself blessed. Okay? And if you do, by happen chance, have someone in your inner circle experience sexual assault, please be aware, please be cognizant of the fact that how you respond, the things you may say, the expression on your face, can potentially re-victimize that person. And that in itself can actually be more traumatic than the event itself. So I want us as a society to begin to understand, you know, what a person could possibly go through, knowing that every person does not respond to sexual assault the same. It's just like responding to a death. You know, everyone's response is not the same. Everyone is not gonna break down in tears. Everyone is not going to, you know, become distant or distracted or, you know, removed from whatever's going on in their lives. So we can't put typical responses out there. We can't expect anything, actually, because with most situations, that is what gets us in trouble: expectations. So if you have someone in your life or in your inner circle that has been affected by sexual assault, take the time to be understanding. Take the time to be sympathetic, empathetic, and show compassion. Know that they have just experienced, on several different levels, a life-changing event, a traumatic event. And if they are sharing this information with you, it is because they trust and they believe that you will be able to help. Make sure you check with your community hospitals. There are several resources, especially in the Sacramento, California area, where you can reach out to people groups that specialize in assisting men and women who have been sexually assaulted. Make sure that if possible you can get them the medical help that they need. But remember that in the process of helping them get through that event, it is very important to make sure that you allow them to make the choices. And whatever those choices are, you support them in that. You may not always understand. You may not even always believe that is the best thing that they should be doing. But the most important thing is going to be helping and assisting them to regain their power. So, with that being said, I want you all who follow Rising Star to look out for our upcoming workshop, which is going to cover sexual assault as a traumatic event. And we will be discussing what can happen after the event. And not only after the event, we will discuss and give you tips and tools on how to make sure or to assist with your survivor getting the help he or she needs and being able to pave a solid, clear road to healing. This is Camellia Strong, sending you peace, love, and light. Be sure to continue to follow us here on YouTube. Look for us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So whichever media you are most savvy with, we are there. And you can also email us at risingstarlifecoach@gmail.com. Send us your questions, and we will do our best to get you an answer. Loving you with all the love in my heart. Namaste.